What's up guys, Dan here from VidderTech, and today I'm going to be taking you through all of the new changes that came out with the brand new iOS 14 Beta 5. Let's get into it. Okay, so on the left we have iOS Beta 5, on the right we have Beta 4, and we're going to be looking at a side-by-side comparison of both. Overall, it seems like, again, same as last time, Apple is focusing a lot more on the performance of these devices rather than implementing a bunch of new features. That being said, they did implement quite a bit on this one, so there's a lot of changes to go over. Let's go over them. Okay, so the first one that we're going to notice is right on the home screen right here, and that is the page dots. Again, they have been changed. So on Beta 4, you can see on the right here that it's a little bit lower down, and on the left, you can see that it's higher up with a little bit more room. I personally like the older version better. However, the Beta 5 is modeling after what was already in Beta 1 to 3, so no real surprises. They've just reverted back to that. Okay, so another change that some people are reporting, and I'm not finding this to be the case, are that their folders are different sizes. So they're saying in Beta 5 that it's actually longer. In my case, it's exactly the same, and I think this is the way they're supposed to be. But let me know in the comments if you guys are having this glitch where it actually shows up quite a bit longer than in Beta 4. And another one that people are reporting is in Control Center here. So you can see that the home, rather than being a 2x2 square, it's now back to its regular size, having all of these favorites as well for a lot more access. I believe this is the way that it was supposed to be, and the other was more of a glitch. So that has since been fixed. Another thing that's been changed is if you offload an app, it's no longer going to show in your recently added section. It will be hidden from there and it'll still remain in your app library. Previously, that wasn't the case, and even if it was offloaded, it was showing up there. So next, let's talk about widgets. So there have been a bunch of improvements here. Number one is just that they're updating a lot faster than they were before. So previously with weather especially, you weren't getting very accurate weather. It wasn't updating as often. They've since increased the update intervals, so you're going to be getting much more relevant information on that widget. And it's just going to be overall more responsive. I even noticed that as soon as I updated to iOS Beta 5, all of my information in weather was accurate immediately. And another new thing, so if you go into your widgets, there's now a new news section. If you click on news here, you can see that there's actually just this massive widget here. It looks like it spans the entire screen, but it can't really be applied properly. And I don't know if that one's a glitch or not, but it'll be interesting to see if they do actually include more widgets that are that size. So another thing I can't really show on the device is that if you limit an app because of screen time and you don't want to be using it, it's also now going to limit the widgets. So they are not going to show information on them. They're going to be blocked just like the app is. So that's something that's coming in the new update as well. So another thing is Apple Music. You're going to notice that when you go into your Now Playing, that gradiented background is going to be much more toned down, much more neutral, less gradients than they had before, which I still think looks pretty nice, but it is interesting to see that they are removing parts of that. So next, let's talk about app-specific changes. So one thing you're going to notice is that in your conversations under Photos, you can see that in Beta 4, we actually had a much larger tray, and here it's been toned down a lot more, and you can see much smaller photos here. This seems like the way it was always supposed to be, and this seemed like more of a glitch, so it is something that they're working out. And speaking of photos, so if we go to the Photos app, you can see in the bottom left here, in Beta 4, it was called Photos. In Beta 5, it's now called Library. They both do the same thing as they previously did. No function changes, just a name change. So another thing that you're going to notice is in the share sheet in the Photos app, you're actually going to see a remove from featured photos section, which is going to hide it from the Photos widget on your home screen. Wasn't previously available in Beta 4. So next we have the Home app, and you can see again on the bottom left, we've changed the icons. So you can see that on the right, you've got the home with the little door on the side, and on the left, we have a more typical design of a home, has the door in the middle and the chimney on top. Again, same functionality as it had before, just different icon. So another thing you're going to notice is that with wind down, on the right in Beta 4, you see that it says sleep well, and on the left in Beta 5, we've actually got the picture of a bed instead. Everything else is the same on that front. So another thing that I think people are really going to like is a new enhancement to the time clock here. So you can type into it, but now you can also scroll through the whole thing, which I think is going to make it a lot easier on people versus needing to select and then type a specific thing. So next we've got a bunch of updates in the settings app, and the first one is the exposure notification. So if we go to that, again, here we have the beta 4 on the right and the beta 5 on the left. So now we're going to have exposure notifications at the top here, and then below you're going to see the availability alerts. It says receive a notification if exposure notifications are available in your current region. So if you're traveling between regions, you're going to know if there's an available app when you travel. So next is battery, and this is kind of a small change. However, on the right, you can see that the last charge level percentage is on the far right. And on this side, you can see it's a lot closer to the text, which makes it a lot easier to read, in my opinion. In displays and brightness, we can see that on the right, we're using iOS 13 wallpapers, but on the left, we are seeing iOS 14 wallpapers shown. There's also been some bug fixes, like the camera now works when AirPods Pro are connected. Previously, that was causing a lot of issues, so that has since been solved. So there's a bunch of other bug fixes, but what I will do is I will leave a description of the release notes in my description below, so go ahead and click those if you want to link out to see more. And let me know if there's anything else that you guys have heard of on iOS Beta 5 that I didn't cover here. I know they're sort of rolling in by the minute at this point. As always, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.